What is going on? What's good people? Welcome to the podcast, the Correctly Mistaken Podcast, alongside my brother, the newly minted 38-year-old.
Oh yeah,
Newly minted.
right.
What was it? What day was it?
It was Tuesday, the 21st.
Right, 21st, man.
Need my glasses. I can't see.
Newly minted. See, that's that right there. That's 38 looking at right there.
Oh, my glasses.
That just wrapped it up. He said, hold on, I can't see it. Need my
I
glass.
can't see, bruh. I had to tell someone at work the other day, man. Hold on, I gotta get my glasses real quick.
You know, first when they give you something and they want you to look at it, you know,
Yeah, bro. Like, what the hell are you handing me?
like, give me a second. Let me get my glasses. We ain't say none of that. We wasn't saying none of that 10 years ago.
No, sir, brother.
But that man,
Oh,
he meant it 38 years old. That man punch.
what's good, brother?
I'm your newest 76er fan, Jose.
Oh yeah, about to be at the mass jail with the brothers and
I'm a Laker fan, right? I understand that. But LeBron, I've been a fan of LeBron James forever. I say he's the greatest of all time. I battled that with many people.
no
And I'm excited
arguments.
that he's going to Philly. One thing too, shout out to his PR team. The videos that they put out are really good. The one they did at the end of the year, wrapping up his season, when they did like the Michael Jackson,
I didn't see that.
"Who's Loving You," the Jackson
Uh,
5 joint, and then the one you see the one they just did when he chose Philly,
nah.
and basically it was LeBron in the beginning when he was like 18, 19 years old
Oh,
talking.
when he walked out onto the podium, that whole commercial, right? That one.
Wait for me, and then
Yeah,
he played the
I
Drake
seen that.
Meek Mill joint.
Yeah, I
And
seen
at
that.
the end, they said, "Hold on, wait a minute." Y'all thought I was finished, and that joint faded out in the Sixers logo. I said, "Okay, bro. I
Yeah,
I see you."
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
I'm a Knicks fan,
dude. That right there, that move right there. The Knicks were.
right?
Oh, okay. Oh, oh.
Yeah,
Cause you know some moves when you defend the champion, you go okay,
yeah.
and then some moves are made in the East when you like, oh, okay, oh.
The Eastern got happy this year.
You talk about a potential starting lineup with Tyrese Maxey, VJ,
Almost three Hall of Famers, bro.
bruh, Jalen
That 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 lineup might have four Hall of Famers in it.
and Joel Embiid. Exactly. Now, Embiid could stay healthy. If Embiid could at least play 60 to 65 games,
That's it. He plays 60 to 65 games. He might win MVP.
that'd be a success, bro.
Be a hell of a success. He coming healthy for the playoffs, and we only get to be Braun fans for like 2, 3 more years, man.
I
I'm
know.
riding with Braun till the wheels fall off, and I'm a Knicks fan. My team won last year.
They signed KCP, Kadavius Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, they got some more shooting around them. Now
Buy
they got a bench.
So Jalen Brown working with Lethal Shooter on Instagram.
Yeah,
Out to there to do that shoots. He shows all the enemies how to do the jump shot.
I understand it now.
Yeah, yo, I see what's going on, man. It's going. At first, I thought in my head I was thinking Miami, but then I was thinking he wants to win. And see, this show right here, he's trying to win. And it's funny.
Yeah,
I want to say, well, he's ring chasing, and my thing is, to me, it's not ring chasing because if you go to a team that could win, that can't win without you taking it over the top, that's not ring chasing. Now, if you go to a team that could win a championship either with or without you, and you still go to that team, like a LeBron would have went to San Antonio,
yeah,
but with the OKC,
yeah.
it would have been ring chasing. You know what I'm saying? But Sixers, nah, right? If they were to compete and win a championship, it would be because he would be the final piece to that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know also Rich Paul did say if you guys didn't win this past year, the Knicks did not win. He has a podcast he does called, I think, Game Over with Max Kellerman, which is a good podcast.
Yeah, I like Maxim Rich.
I love Max. And he basically said if it wasn't for y'all winning the championship this past year, he'd have been a Knick. Hands down.
Oh, for real?
That's what he was saying. Basically, hands down, he'd have been a Knick.
My
But
man wanted to go to New York.
once you win a championship and you go there now, it's like when Kevin Durant, even though Kevin Durant,
They lost though, so
when he was with Golden State, he
yeah.
was the best player on the team. They did came off a 73 win team to finals appearance. They did not win a championship, but that team, those teams were stupid. Those Golden State
Golden
Warriors.
State team. All I can say is I wasn't mad at Kevin Durant for leaving. Ring chasing is the whole point of being an NBA player, right?
Yeah. In
And
context, yeah, you're right.
right, like that's literally the whole point is to win as many rings as you can. And people get judged on rings. All of you know what I'm saying. So like I don't think people should be complaining that because that's the point of playing a sport is to get the ring, right? When
Totally.
you go when you go hoop in a gym, you pick the people that you think you can win with the most. Don't
Yeah.
just like you know what I'm saying. If it's your boys, you feel like oh me and my boys can do it. But if not, you go pick up the best niggas that you can find in the gym.
And them the best niggas he could find.
And and then and then what I don't like about the whole thing is that it's if it was anyone else other than Braun, it would just be another team that we gotta know. We gotta see if it works. Braun's so good, you automatically assume, hey, they contenders.
Oh yeah, because he gonna put him right. Because LeBron is not going there to average 25 points a game.
He gonna average 16,
Saying
7, and 7.
if I was almost saying you got close to me, I said 18, 8, and 8.
Yeah, he. That's what I'm saying. He might. That's what I'm saying. He might average 18, 8, some middle. He might even lead the league in assists this year.
That's what I'm saying. He does not have to. You got Maxey, you got Jalen Brown, you even
Edge
got
Carl,
from a night to night that could put up 30s and put you up in the high 30s.
Anthony Simons coming off the bench.
Diamonds coming off the bench, Caldwell Pope. Now the thing,
Embiid.
and if you need LeBron to give you that 30-point game when you need it, he can give it to you.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
he gonna close a lot of games out. He gonna close
but
playoff games out.
you don't need to average. Even Embiid, if Embiid can average 20, 10, you let Maxey and
But if
J-
you put any other player in the NBA on that team, you'd be like, oh, I don't know.
yeah, I know. You be like, yeah,
They're good, but we gotta see. Braun is so good, it's already in everybody's head. He cheating. That's how good Braun is.
it is, yo. That is how good he is.
They try to hate on it, but like they really just show their hand. Braun is so good that you think he cheating when he play with good players. Ring chasing is literally the point of playing
That's the point
professional
of
sports.
point of the time where you need to have those thoroughbreds when you got all these young players in the league, this young talent, and you got Maxie and VJ Edgecombe and Jalen Brown, three brothers that's not even 30 years old yet, that can put in that them heavy duty out minutes and chase those top guards or those top one.
Yeah,
LeBron can, like you said, probably lead the league in assists.
he might lead the league in assists this year.
So. I'm a really big basketball people, man, and there can be times where we will talk sports on this pod.
Yeah,
We need y'all to know that. Sometimes it gives me the it's funny because sports is such a microcosm of society. At the same time, it's the only thing that kind of gives you some levity. But then when you into this politics game and you're looking at shit, you're like, man, none of it matters. Like when you
yeah.
look at football and basketball, you see it, and it's just like, yo, it's almost like that's becoming a distraction in itself.
Sports.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta turn it off, man. You gotta turn off the politics, man.
Just since we are right, yeah, just where we are right now. But see, the fact of the matter is, I think politics is everything. I tell people that all the time. Because just in terms of, well, especially right now in this era that we're in, when we have to focus on it, because you got the intentions of people and leaders and what they're trying to take us down, and people that actually control the laws and
Yeah.
of the land that we would have to adhere to or adhere to if they were to pass these laws. That's why it's so important and prevalent that people and pertinent that people are paying attention. I mean, 'cause they for so long have done a good job of saying, well, that's just politics. I ain't
Yeah.
politics, and you like they always say, yeah, you may not be into politics, but please believe me, politics is going to be into you. And
Yeah.
see your high rent or your high energy cost or gas high or buying a home or whatever the case may be, interest rates. that has something to do in politics.
Yeah.
There's something being passed, some provision, something going on that's either making something harder for you or making it more difficult for you. And it all stems to that. So but like you said, sports does still matter to me because it does give me that levity. So I have to catch myself sometimes just to enjoy the sport and not get myself to like, yo, I'm watching these dudes ball over here, but this man Trump is trying to put ICE people at the fucking voting station. Sorry, Auntie.
Yeah.
They're trying to put people at the voting stations. It's like, yo, they intimidate people. They're talking about, you know, talk about LeBron James and how many wins they'll have. It's like, but then it matters in the sports world because I get it. I was enthralled in all of that at one point in time.
Yeah.
Like it got to the point even with the NFL where I used to watch. It's almost like with politics now. Like I just enjoy the game in its purity now. Like I used to watch all the the pregame shows and all
Oh,
the.
for real?
I just watch all that shit. Like
Yeah.
NFL countdown.
You start the day at 12.
Bruh.
That it don't start at 1. It don't start when the kickoff.
At o'clock when it starts at 9. Like I used to watch all of that.
NFL and CBS in the morning joints on the Sunday. He said it started at 9. Hell no.
Oh, I'm watching all of it, man. I used to watch the break and just be into it. And now it's like, yo, this joint is silly. You know what I'm saying? But I get the economy. People get paid off it. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. So I get why it's taken so seriously. At the end of the day, it's just, especially in this era that we're in, it's just silly. And you even see with ESPN, you see what these media where they're going. They made their decision. They're trying to get rid of the woke, quote unquote, layoffs of Ryan Clark and outspoken people, especially when Ryan Clark gets canned mid-show and they leak the story to Outkick.
I thought they leaked it, and that's why he got canned mid-show.
No, they leaked it to Outkick, and that's when he got canned. And Outkick is that conservative sports publication led by that shit stain Clay Travis.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, who cares? You don't need to know who he is. He's one of them right wing garbage.
Did he ever play sports?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know who he is then.
But he's been on Fox News a lot, right wing guy.
I definitely would have known him if he's on that a lot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where media, even what they're doing and the decisions that they're making, basically, no more talking this social. It's almost like this overcorrection that they do.
But you seen the lineup for the shows on CNN now, right? Like you don't see as many. You see only like moderate Dems and then conservatives now.
Yeah, that's it.
They're not bringing like this whole week on Abby show. I don't think like it's like 3 conservatives and 1 moderate Democrat on that.
Hey, bro, I don't even watch a lot of Abby like I used to, because I used to watch it nightly. But it's like if you'll get into it just to see the show. Like it becomes because people come on there and they literally just lie, especially the right.
Well, that's the news.
Yeah, it's just
If you got a right winger on there, you got a Republican on there, they're just gonna lie.
They're just lying.
Someone's just gonna lie.
Like they have that one woman she's insane.
What's the white girl? The white lady, the older one.
Yeah, Carla Sands. She is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that comes out of her mouth, it's just like, what is the point of this? Because it's like you're trying to say, well, we want to give them a perspective, but how do you give them a perspective when the perspective is that they're lying? That's not a perspective. They're lying. They don't ever want to talk about the matter.
Yeah.
They want to talk about something around it, something on the fringe. They want to divert the conversation, but never something directly. But you keep bringing them on, asking them questions when you know Abby knows how they're going to answer.
She got to get a check mark.
And see, at the end of the day, that's the crazy part. This thing is all money driven.
But the good thing is that they can't keep up with social media.
Nah.
They can't keep up with independent news outlets now because people aren't watching TV.
No, they're not at all. I watch it.
And yeah, some nerds like me and you will stream a news show or something, but most people are just getting it on their little clips on Instagram or YouTube Reels or whatever, so they can't keep up with that. You
Little
know?
shorts, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But the thing is funny. This is interesting. I want to start off because speaking of media, speaking of that dynamic, I want to start off discussing this with this clip. We're live from a land where we have this.
Chances are.
Well, that's the commercial part.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. We're live from a land where we have this.
Katharine Graham Award for Courage and Accountability, named for the legendary Washington Post publisher, and it comes with a prize of $10,000. This year's award goes to the Wall Street Journal. The Journal's courageous reporting on President Trump's past relationship with financier Jeffrey Epstein triggered the release of the so-called Epstein files, thousands of documents that might otherwise have remained hidden from the public. And despite the president's threat of a lawsuit, the Journal published a story about a provocative letter to Epstein bearing President Trump's signature. Trump quickly filed a $20 billion lawsuit against the Journal, revealing reporter Khadija Safdar's home address. Her family had to be relocated. The Journal was kicked off of Air Force One, but the reporters continue to file revelatory stories. Please welcome the winners of the Katharine Graham Award from the Wall Street Journal. Khadija Safdar, Sadie German, Annie Linsky, Josh Dawsey again, Alex Leary, Rebecca Ballhaus, and Ryan Barber. Their colleague, Joe Palazzolo, could not attend tonight.
That clip was from the Correspondents' Dinner on last night. Wolf Blitzer, CNN. And what I thought that was interesting, that clip in particular was interesting to me because of the fact that you see the attacks on media by this administration. Because if you remember, while Wolf Blitzer was doing that, all that he was doing, all that you heard him saying, Donald Trump was like 3 feet from him.
Yeah.
And especially at the part when he said he sued for $10 billion. I don't know if you saw the clip. He's like, yeah, I did it. Like just smiling because, I was pissed. I sued him. But it's interesting because of the fact that these are the people that reported out to Jeffrey Epstein the letter the letter that they found, they unsurfaced. He signed it and had I think he drew like the woman's breast or whatever the case may be. May every day be a secret, whatever, something he said in that.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see, and may I say a bit encouraging, and you hear where I'm coming from, to have a president who is openly hostile against the free press. Openly hostile. I mean, he just got done subpoenaing the New York Times journalists, and basically the court just squashed it. They said it was ridiculous. So you see, how he feels about the media, and then you can see, all through there talking about fake Tapper and fake Tapper, the infamous where's the fucking book Jake Tapper. Sorry, Auntie, I had to say that because it goes with the whole thing. But the fact of the matter is, it's gave me slight optimism to see the press and to see Wolf just lay it out while he's right there, just basically saying Donald Trump did this, this is what he did, then he did this. It was like, and him sitting right there and doing it in his face. Somebody that's now obviously what's going to come from this, who knows? Trump's petty as hell.
Mm.
And you heard his speech. I don't know if you heard any of it. I listened to it. I listened to it so Punch don't have to.
You know I didn't hear
He just a lot of it, and talking about Anderson Cooper, took a shot at him being
it. Yeah. I
different.
heard it was like 62 minutes of him just shitting on
It was
people, bro.
we're just rambling.
Yeah, just rambling.
But to see that, it was interesting because it's like, man, for them have openly hostile against them. Then you see at the same time them standing up presenting the award. But then you see other stuff that were, when I say slightly hopeful or optimal, or what's it?
Optimistic.
I'm gonna say optimal. I
Yeah.
can't talk, but I love to talk. This term of optimism that we have because of the fact that it seems as if you have a media that stood firm in a way, but then in the same breath, I was seeing clips when Kirsten Welker is literally having a laugh with Stephen Miller. Legitimately.
Is she supposed to be openly hostile? I've seen people making news of that. She's supposed to be openly hostile to him
No,
at a function.
not overly hostile, but not overly hostile. And I guess there's the militant in me. There's a way, like, where you can be cordial with these people and understand it. And to my opinion, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm so disillusioned and so jaded. I'm like, yo, f all them. They could all just, you know what I'm saying. Every time you see them, it's all sight. It's all sight. That's it. That's how I be feeling. That's how I'm sure a lot of people on the left. It's all sight with any of them. But we know the media. We know that they're supposed to be impartial. We understand that. But they're so hostile and they lie and what they're trying to do and all the schemes. And if they throw shit to the wall and they try to make it stick, it's just so much nonsense and lies and rumors and propaganda. But at the same time, she can't be openly hostile. But I guess on my nerves. So I see that.
She's also working. She's also working.
Yeah.
When she need to get an interview from Stephen Miller, she might have to this face a couple of times.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But see, it pitch. But
would you rather him lie? Like, would you rather him do it all under the undercovers and not? There's no report about it.
No.
I'm sure he would wish to do that.
No, we don't.
Or would you like him for us to catalog his lies?
Yeah. You're right, man.
I wrote something down earlier.
I just get so like irritated because it's almost like these are the same people. If they had it their way, they would legitimately have us under fascist rule.
We'd be in chains.
Huh?
We'd be in chains.
I want to say chains. They'll have us under that. No, that's ridiculous. But they'll have us under.
Well, I wasn't talking about black people. I was just talking about the American people. They'd subjugate us.
I mean, shoot, we pretty much there without chains as it is now. Just in terms of the economy and e-commerce and the stuff that we're subjugated to now. But at the same time, they will have a fascist rule where they will take away all our rights. They will take away the rights of women to vote, black voting rights, take away rights of women in terms of their bodily autonomy. They would literally roll everything back if they had their chance, i.e., when Charlie Kirk said, the Civil Rights Act was not necessary. That's the ilk that we're dealing with when we're dealing with this administration. So to me, it's almost like, yes, you can't be openly hostile. I do agree with you, but there's a moment that we're in right now where it's literally like it's a war. And we're playing it out, at least for these last 2 years, where it's like, yo, who is going to grab hold of all this? Are we the people going to take it back? Or is it going to be this government? Now, the fact of the matter is, you are right that we have independent media, a lot of other outlets, but you still have mainstream media that is so powerful. I mean, it's even now what's going on with Graham Plattner. He's gone. Now they're attacking Troy Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if they just shifted. And now, he has on CNN. It looks like he has I guess there was a a incident where he threw a water bottle. I guess when he was at the state assembly in Maine, he threw a water bottle into the vicinity of a woman when he was upset about something. So now, now the media's attacking him, and you see on threads, and you see this push from mainstream media that are legitimately pushing candidates who are milquetoast, Zionist, corporate, moderate, or even hell, Republican.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they're pushing them because they're trying to maintain the status quo. And what they understand is that the Republican Party and the establishment, Democratic establishment, which I always say, I said last week, there's the establishment, then you got the Republicans, then you got the center right Democrats, all a part of the establishment. They are trying to maintain the status quo. That's what they want. So any way they can do that, any type of scheme, any way to divide, they're going to do it. And it's just this moment that we're in, we just got to focus, man. And I don't know, like maybe I'm looking in too much into it. Maybe, like you said, it is, I get it at one point in time. Well, no, because at one point in time we used to have it when you had Republican Democrats meet back in the back rooms, and hey man, we're hanging out right after the session, and everybody's having the same dinners, and everybody goes to the same people. They're all going to the same schools, their kids, and all running the same social circles. But then now something has changed, and one party has said, "I'm through with it. We don't want democracy. What we want is us in control and us having power by any means necessary." And you got moderate Democrats like Nancy Pelosi, and you heard from her to Hakeem Jeffries to Chuck Schumer. And what would they always say about Republicans? They need to break the fever. They need to break their fever. I said, come on, guys. This is all great. We're all on the money train. Now y'all done going fascist, and instead of them fighting back the fascism, they're just asking them to figure out a way to break the fever so we can get back to uniparty making money. And it just drives me crazy. It just drives me nuts. We're just in another time right now where it's not the times of, even though we had these economic issues, and even when I wasn't paying attention, early Obama years, Bush years, but right now you legitimately have somebody that wants to take this country back to a fascist rule of government. And we have to understand that. And we can't be playing with these people. Because these are the same people that they're putting people in, Mike, they're taking people off the streets and throwing them into concentration camps. Kristen Welker is chopping it up and laughing and bellyaching, having a laugh with somebody he looks at you as a person of color as insignificant, and he will round your ass up and throw you in the detention center. And I just think they need to understand the moment. And I'm not saying you can't be cordial. You got to be cordial. I get it, professional, but there's a way that you can. It's almost like me and you, Punch. I couldn't. Like it's one thing if we disagree on tax code. You know what I'm saying? The marginal tax rate, you made it high, what lower, corporate tax rate, you know what I'm saying? Certain red tape, bureaucracy, that stuff, you know what I'm saying, that we can have the back and forth about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the issues of, fascism and the issues of human rights, and when it comes to those issues, we can't outside on if you are somebody that's for anti those things, when we get together, there's gonna be us clashing about that. There ain't gonna be no, hey, how you doing, man? Sit down, have some dinner. Let's chit chat. Nah, bro, I'm making you uncomfortable every time we see each other, bro. Like I said earlier, on site. Not
don't work with them people though.
Rhetorically speaking, rhetorically, I'm not fighting.
You wouldn't last long in politics with that attitude.
Well, that's why I ain't in politics.
And I think that's the point though, right?
See, that's the issue.
I don't know the lady that you're talking about. I did see the picture. I don't know what she does. She a journalist?
Who's that?
The lady that was laughing it up was Stephen Miller.
Oh, Kirsten Welker from Meet the Press.
She's a journalist then.
Yeah, she's a journalist.
I definitely don't know her by name.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just saying, like, she's working, right?
I guess.
Stephen Miller is a customer, a client.
Stephen Miller's a piece of shit.
No, I get it. I'm like, we're on the same side of Stephen Miller, but like, so I wrote this down last week because I'm watching all of the, like, I watched that. What is that? It was a, I don't remember it was a YouTube, I guess news show where like one of the progressive Democrats. What is that joint called?
Breaking Points.
Breaking Point. It was the Breaking Point joint.
You had Adam Smith on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good.
I did. Right.
He's the ranking member of the Democrat ranking member. I think is intelligence. It's one of those high ranking. He has a good high ranking in one of those powerful committees. I'll look it up in a second. But go ahead, keep going.
And while I was watching that interview, I realized that these are the people we have to work with, right? And you can't be hostile when you want to get shit done, right? Like that's not a real feasible method, right? And as militant or as passionate as people become about these issues, the reason why we have politics is so we don't kill each other in the street, right? Our politicians, because they do make decisions, don't have to be like, they don't have to like these people. They don't have to do any of these things. But even like the press, they have to do their jobs, right? They're at a celebratory event with everyone there. Republicans, Democrats. You can't just fight. Right? Like that's not a winning strategy. And the moderates are always talking about, these people are radical, this, that. If you want to win, you still gotta work with these people.
Well, you got to have enough of you guys to be able to for you to dictate them actually having to negotiate with you and sit down with you. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even then, they can still make it hard, even if you have enough people.
He's the ranking member of the Committee of Armed Services.
And that's what I'm saying. Like these people they're working. Huh?
And he's a part of the progressive. He's a part of the progressive caucus.
But he is a progressive.
Bullshit.
Yeah, he has the wrong solution for what we should do with Israel, right? With that whole thing. But almost by every other thing he said on the thing was he was a progressive.
Well, see, the issue is the fact. See, the issue with Israel, like this, it's not like if Israel would go about doing this stuff by themselves, even though as heinous as it is, as disgusting as it is, okay. It's their sovereignty as a country to do whatever they do. The issue is that using our money doing it.
But he said he voted to not send our money over there.
And
he's a progressive. That's all I'm saying. Like we preach it.
AIPAC. He's took a bunch of money from AIPAC. You know why that?
So what? He's a progressive.
Oh, damn progressive. They not even.
But this is what I'm saying. Even though he's taking money from AIPAC,
they ain't progressive.
Wait. He's taking. They're more progressive than the conservatives.
According to what?
Right? He thinks everyone should have health care. But my point isn't arguing about how closely he aligns to our left-leaning ideals, right? My argument is that you can't get it without working with him, right?
You vote him out.
You can't just vote all your people in. That's not going to happen. That's unrealistic. Period. Right?
People are
Democratic, the far left Democrats, or even like the left, is not going to win every election, right?
They could. And like FDR kept winning his elections. Why? Because he was doing shit. Sorry,
We,
Auntie.
we was in a completely different world. They were in a completely different world back then, though, right? Did I'm not even sure women had the right to vote yet.
I think in the 19, yeah, that was I think 1920, 1919, that they got the right to something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was 1919. When did FDR do all that? 1930 something.
1930s.
Yeah, like women didn't even have credit cards yet. They couldn't even get bank accounts yet. Like we lived in a completely different like society. So you know what I'm saying? That's completely different. They were still killing black folks in the South.
1878, the woman got the right to vote.
1878.
Yeah,
So the women's suffrage was 1919.
yeah, women's suffrage timeline. Oh, yeah, no, is it 1848? And I think 1848, and the 18 suffrage was in 1867. Wow, that was that. I thought it was in.
What happened in 1919, man? Because I felt like something happened in 1919 too.
See what it says here. 1919. There we go. There we go.
Look, why are you looking that up?
19th Amendment. I think it was the 19th Amendment became. Oh yeah, the 19th Amendment became law in August 26, 1920, when 26 million adult female Americans were nominally eligible to vote. So basically, it started in the 1800s, and it became a constitutional amendment in 1920.
Oh, okay. Okay. My point is that we have politics so we don't kill each other in the streets. We cannot just be hostile. We can be hostile to the ideas, but you have to play the game, right? If you want stuff, you have to work with the people that are there to get stuff. And because we can't find, I won't even say 100% agreement, but majority agreement on things doesn't mean we stop working with them, right? And the left has a propensity for that hostility, right? And I, again, it's righteous. I think it's righteous.
But see, I think the issue is you got people that just don't have, like, working with them. They don't.
I'm not talking about the Republicans.
Well, no, Democrats.
She's a reporter. She got to be nice to people to get interviews.
I'm talking about the reason why you can't work with them, to me, is because they don't want those things. Like, they don't want universal health care.
Who?
Republicans. And even Adam Smith, they don't want it. They just say it because it sounds good. See, they run on left policies all the time because they're popular. But once they get in, I mean, look what Joe Biden ran on with Build Back Better. And then when he got into office, he barely tried. He just said, can't do nothing. Because 2 Democrats in his party told him no. You think in the Republican Party, 2 Republican senators are going to tell him no to Trump's agenda? I mean, for him to sign a bill into play that's on the floor, they didn't do that. You know why? Because that bill actually benefited their donors. That's why they voted for it. The same thing when you look over here with if it votes for their donors, Medicare for All doesn't help their donors. I didn't know this. Like Gretchen Whitmer, her father used to be the CEO of Blue Cross. Her father. And she gets money from Blue Cross, Blue Shield.
Yeah.
Like the issue is that's why you say the game. That's why the game is in my opinion, it's what got us here to the brink of fascism. Because everybody been trying to play a game. And the question is, who gonna really start showing some accountability, gonna put some people to the wall, rhetorically speaking, and start putting their feet to the fire and start doing things for the people who voted them in the first place? Because I agree with you. Because the game is the game. I get it, but the game has got us here to the point where if it doesn't meet the donors, they're not going to do it. That's the reason why. And see, this is the thing, how cynical I am, too. This is how cynical. Maybe I'm wrong. It's even with the Democrat Party with Christian Sinema and Joe Manchin when they had that time, but they kept denying it. No,
Yeah.
they were just the ones that were made to be the bad guys. If you
Yeah.
only think that Christian Sinema and Joe Manchin were the only two Democrat senators that didn't want Build Back Better, I got a bridge to sell you. They were just made to be the ones to be out in the forefront and to be the bad guys. They didn't want any of that. They never want left-wing policies, but they run on them because they're intensely popular. And then when they get our vote, Joe Biden even said on the campaign trail that he was going to present a public option. He never, ever in 4 years, never presented anything. Because at the end of the day, they play the game to get the votes, then they get in, and it's whatever the donors tell them to do. And I believe that game has gotten to the point now, it's brought about Donald Trump, and it's gotten to the brink of fascism, where we're a country on a brink because people want to play a game where real lives are involved. And it just drives me crazy because the game, look at where it's got us. Everybody playing it. But who's losing? The people, the millions and millions of working class people who vote these assholes in. And what do when they get? They do nothing. White, black, representative, they don't do anything. And it's just frustrating. It's to sit here and look at it and see these people sitting back here, and you might be right, Punch. It just made me being angry. And most of the time, it's just me being angry. And just getting pissed off, sitting there looking at them laughing and kikiing with somebody that believes that you should eradicate all immigrants from the country when we're a country of immigrants. And these morons will sit here and tell you that we're not. And that they're talking about what the founding fathers, who are all dead, who had slaves in their own damn right, what they would care about. They were awful too.
Yeah.
So it's just one of these things where I find myself just one of these people who wants to literally I keep hearing people, talking about socialism and how they're scared and, not socialism, how communism and, or the DSA and, what they're doing and they're trying to do this red scare of communism. And I'm one of the people that believe, like somebody said the other day, well, the DSA believes in abolishing the Senate. I said, hell, I believe in abolishing the Senate. What the hell do they do? And the Senate is built. It is built for the minority. They're not built to do anything. Like they're off 100 days a year.
Are they?
Barely at work. Dude, they always are. I may be exaggerating, but they're off all the damn time.
Wait, what are they supposed to do if you say they don't do nothing?
They're supposed to be saying, what's the issues with the people, what they need.
Yeah.
Let's go to Washington and work together to try to make it happen. See it now. The base says one thing, they do the complete opposite. They don't care.
Yeah.
They've completely insulated themselves, and now they can take so much corporate money. They just appease the voters. But the minute the election is over, dude, some of these people haven't had a town hall. Like Marsha Blackburn hasn't had a town hall since 2018. See, they don't even get home and even see their constituents. They don't even meet with them no more. A lot of them. And you work for us, and then you're walking around every 2 to 4 years asking for a vote, and you won't even have a town hall. How can you be a representative of the people who vote you in, and when you come back home to your district, you don't even meet with them? And she's one of many. Because it's got to the point with these politicians and how they've been insulated, they walk around like their shit don't stink. Like, I'm a USA representative. I'm a senator. I do repulse and I do. Like what? Like, they legitimately walk around like they're God's gift.
Mm.
At the end of the day, you work for me. When they say you can't be screaming, man, we can scream at you all we want. If we're pissed with you because you ain't doing your job, we can yell at you all we want because you work for us. But to them, they don't. They do not feel they work for us. Because at the end of the day, they take all the money from the top. So they don't give a shit. And then the whole majority of the Democratic base, stop giving Israel genocide. 2 years, everybody's seeing it. But then they'll say, well, what about October 7th? Like, what? October 7th was awful. But guess what? Israel has conducted an October 7th every day pretty much ever since.
Yeah.
And they're like, and they're still using, like with Adam Smith, how he on the breaking points, and we go back to what you were talking about. Even what he was saying, it's just the same. It's the same old shit. It's like, what about okay, what about it? It was awful. See, to me, when they say that, I just wish Crystal would have said, "Oh, so you do not believe Palestinians are human?" Because they talk like as if like the Palestinians don't even matter. I mean, Donald Trump calls Chuck Schumer at the White House Correspondents' Dinner a Palestinian. He uses it as a slur.
That's what he called him at the White House dinner?
He said he is Chuck, man. He's become a Palestinian. They use it as a slur.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy. And they just sit there and watch him. Because so many of them, like Dana Bash and Jake Tapper, they do not believe that Palestinians are human beings. When they literally live in an apartheid state, they literally live in a state where they have no human or political rights. They are subjugated. They're in an apartheid state led by an ethno state. Because Israel is an ethno state.
Yeah.
And they've been occupied for 58 years. Brutally. The West Bank's supposed to be Palestine. Crazy ass settlers do whatever the hell they want. You just see the Roll Counter video? These people are crazy. They walk, and they're normal people, but they're not like police. They're settlers. And they could go to somebody's house that are Palestinian, run them out of their house, shoot them dead, and then the IDF does nothing. And for Adam Smith to sit there the other day, well, October 7th here, like, okay. We all understand that. I think the other day on Abby, where Gerardo Rivera, he did that bullshit where the girl, she worked for Midas, she's a Palestinian, and she's like, yo, Mandami's video, yeah, he tried to look into it. He can't arrest him. But guess what? Finally, somebody gave voice to it. Somebody said it. And then what's the first thing Gerardo says? He looked at her. But what about October 7th? It's like, why the hell do we have to always give a precursor to that to talk about 100,000 Palestinian people who have been murdered? About 20,000 Palestinian kids who have been blown up that we watched for 3 years on live TV. And you try to tell us that we didn't see that? And it doesn't matter?
I don't think anyone said that it doesn't matter, though.
No, how they act. This is how they act. I'm being happy. This is how they act. It just comes across.
No, like, I agree with you. I think your anger is righteous.
It just comes across.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they're doing it with our money. That's the craziest thing. While Israel has free college or subsidized college, they have free medical care. They have the stuff, and we give them billions of dollars of our money all the time. Yeah. And we over here get austerity, tax cuts for the rich, and all benefits stripped. The social safety net just stripped. And that money that they're taking, they just sitting on overseas. Okay. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. I know I cut you off there. I get it.
No, you're fired up, bro.
It just it, it it's just like I get so tired of that, bro. Like it's stop lying to us. Just I just wish they would just say, look, man, Israel, and I know they won't say it because it's it's obvious. Because that's the thing, Punch, and they won't say it because they know it's crazy. If they were to come out and just say, "Wait, look, man, we're for Israel because APAC gives us donations," man, you they know that sounds insane, so they don't do it.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it doesn't sound any crazier than the shit they said.
and even with APAC now, you see what they do now, bro. They don't even say APAC no more. They do stuff like dark money. They start PAC like Michigan for women.
Oh
And
yeah, like Democracy for America.
they do shit like that because they know they're not popular. They know it. And
Yeah.
and then you got the mainstream media trying to act as if, like the other day, I watched a New York Times trying to gaslight talking with Mondami because they're trying to act like the country has soured on Israel, the whole country,
Yeah.
left, right, center, it don't matter, and they're trying to legitimately act like that's not the case. Like, nah, that's yes, it is. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry, I apologize.
No, I think. Well, I agree with you.
Well, no, but
You know what I'm saying? I agree with you.
gonna bring in the punch nuance
Well, it's not even nuance. It's not even nuance as much as
or like the common sense or like the reality check.
that.
Punch reality. I need like some imaging to put punch reality before you say something.
It would be. It would be. It would be. Hold on. Let me preface it by saying this now. The the hard part about this is that the American people represent one ideal, and then our politicians represent like an ideal so far from what Americans want often, right? But then these are our representatives who also do get things done for us, right? Or like if you live in a state like Virginia, right? Life is pretty good in Virginia. It's because your officials get things done for you, right? What you're describing is what you would do in this utopian state of getting things done, where it's just like, oh, automatically cut off aid to Israel because I know it's wrong. But you would be making that decision. That's fascism. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to work this way, right? And I'm not when I say this way, I'm not saying like it's supposed to be bad the way it is, but it's supposed to take time, right? Like so, 100 Democrats vote against or vote to end aid to Israel, which is like a major swing in the party, right? And it's like, no, of course, all however many Democrats are in the House or wherever they voted at should just be like, yeah, obviously they're committing a genocide. But
But
again,
I don't believe that they are though. That's the
no,
thing.
but that's what I'm saying. But like whether it's genuine or corporately based, right? Like, or because they get money for it, then like that doesn't really matter, right? There's still a whole group of people that don't believe it's a genocide. So you still got to actually like get that sentiment across at some point.
But that's crazy.
In an ideal world, you say all the Democrats should automatically do it. All the Republicans should be human enough to say it is. But nothing in the world has worked like that. In no point in history, unless you want fascism.
But who can look at that and say that's not a genocide?
A ton of people, and that's the sad part, right? But you could talk to people not getting paid by Israel, and they would tell you it's a genocide. Genuinely, you could go on any street corner, anywhere, and there's someone that's gonna be like, "Nah, I don't think it's a genocide. We should keep supporting Israel. Fuck Hamas. All the Palestinians are Hamas." And someone will genuinely think that. But I'm just saying, like, if you really think about how fast it would move in your head, it would be fascism. You would be okay with being like, we don't really care how any other people in the country feel because we know this is morally corrupt.
It's the majority of the country. Majority wins, right? Let's do a poll. If the majority of the country,
But we don't live in a like. That's why it comes down to like we actually don't live in a democracy,
that's
right?
see,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's exactly.
but
Because it should be majority win. If you look at the majority,
I'm not sure if you want to live in that society though,
I
where
don't-
just majority wins.
I don't mind giving if like if Israel was a good ally, we gave support to. Okay, I mean, whatever the case may be, but what it is now, what it's mutated to, and the issue is, see, and the main issue is really
Wait, hold on. Let me stop you real quick. It isn't about Israel per se, right? As much as it is how fast we on the left want results, right? We shriek at the incrementalism all the time on the show.
Yeah.
We're like hard on incrementalism all the time on the show.
that's oil.
No, right? Like on my asshole. Like that's what it is.
Right
Oil
there.
on my asshole.
They be like, God dang it, it just hurt. Everything you look at, you just make a rub and just
Yeah, but we don't. I kind of forgot what I was about to say. What was I saying?
You were talking about it's a fascism. That the majority of people, how it's gonna move fast for the left.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you, the only way that it would move that fast is if you had total control.
Yeah.
Right. That's not the actual world we live in. There's 330 million of us, right? And the system is complex. And I'm not going to say it's the best system or any of that, but it's a system that has lasted and has grown. But you can't move anything that fast, right? You don't even know if our ideas are good yet, right? Like people go,
unless it's a tax cut for the rich or
no, we know that there are bad ideas, but to fix it, you don't know if your idea is good yet. That's why these things take time. I think that's what I'm saying. It's not really per se about Israel. It's about the speed in which the left want things done because we know morally what we should have in this country. We know the infrastructure, and like in our heads, right? But if you tear down the healthcare industry, which is like one of the largest employing industries in the country. I think like 1 million people in healthcare, right? Like there's a lot of people in healthcare. If you just tear it down, single payer, no more insurance companies, you got another problem to solve.
Okay, let's figure it out then.
No, but it's not that easy.
But I'm saying,
just say that like that's an unrealistic take, though.
But but the thing is, every other country don't have health insurance. Every other country that's developed don't have health insurance companies.
No, I agree. Look, I'm fine with that. But they're not also about to put a few million people out of work.
That'd be terrible. But at the same time,
but it's another problem you have, which is why.
You're talking about mostly like the middleman, like nurses and stuff will probably be okay. Nurses and doctors.
I'm talking about other people that aren't like caregivers.
See, like the middle, and see, I don't really particularly care about
your fellow American.
I do, but in terms of if there's something that's causing harm, I mean, these companies have they have denial rates of like high 30%. I mean, they just deny claims. They take money. I mean, it's just the worst. They pay off our politicians to make sure.
My argument isn't to like say that.
What they're doing now, though, they're trying to change it up. They're trying to rebrand it because it's Medicare for all. So they're trying to like figure out ways like through the healthcare companies to make stuff more affordable. They're like, well, hold on. We'll start letting you guys negotiate on Medicaid prices. Like even right now, you know that we can't negotiate on Medicaid on prescription drugs through Medicaid. Like Like, what do you
I don't know what you would be like. I'm not super versed on that.
like? How can you not do that? Like, how can you say you cannot negotiate? And then when Joe Biden did do one, I think it's like 10 drugs or something. But for the most part, they can't negotiate on medications. I mean, that's crazy. How can you have, and it's in laws, like, because it legitimately benefits the government said, okay, cool. We don't need to, there's no need for us to negotiate with you for Medicare prices. Whatever price that you state, you can have. For the government to use, for that to be the government's position is insane. Because it's like, you work for the people. It's we for the people, by the people, we the people. And you're like, well, no, you guys, whatever you feel like the price is, you guys should just do it. You take all our money in R&D, you create our money creates the drugs, and then we sell it back to you for 4, 5, 6 times the price. I mean, like, this stuff to the point, it's like it's such an inadequate system, and all that punch, we still pay the most money and have the worst outcomes in healthcare in the world.
I'm not making a case for.
I know you're not. I know.
Yeah, this is more about the sentiment
Yes.
on what to expect, right? And that's and I think that's like the point of it all is that we like no matter how good our ideas are, once we fix if we do fix healthcare, let's just say we fix it. They come out tomorrow and say universal healthcare. You now have a very big problem on your hands.
That's a problem I don't mind having. To be honest
You
with
can't. That's an also unreal statement. Where are you gonna get? Where that means the unemployment rate is gonna
Yeah.
to blow up, right? And I'm not saying these things aren't worthy of fixing. Again, I'm on your side. Universal healthcare.
Well, I know you are, but all the other
But
people will have universal health care at least.
what universal healthcare doing for these niggas don't gotta sleep outside, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like these things, the only way you would get what you want is through fascism, which we bark at. So that means we also have to believe and understand and accept that this process is going to take longer because we're also anti-fascist.
Like, there's some things to me I believe is non-negotiable. Like, to me, because universal health care, that should be non-negotiable. We should have that. Other things that we
100%.
talk about, we could discuss, obviously, like guns, the debate on guns. That's always something that we're going to discuss. We have to concede on guns. We may have to concede on some things with immigration. I get some things. We're not going to get everything. In terms of we have to concede, some stuff is in the constitutional protected, like guns, and we need some more common sense stuff? Maybe not, maybe, but and help people to make sure that we do have an issue with mass shootings in this country. It would be nice to have some type of legislation. That we did do some stuff. I wonder how it's been working out. We did pass I think Joe Biden in his term, he did pass some gun safety laws. A lot of it was watered down, some stuff, but he did pass some things. So I understand some stuff that we're going to have to negotiate. We're going to have to debate, and we're going to have to compromise.
All of it. All of it.
But
All
healthcare
of it, including healthcare.
can be. But if anything, or if you want to say it can roll out within the matter of we start and then it phases itself out like within 3 to 4 years, and you start and then after a while.
Well, no, I mean obviously they
know.
just wouldn't. Obviously they wouldn't just fire people and
Yeah, they have.
and tear down the insurance buildings, right? Like they obviously wouldn't do that. But I'm also saying, which I keep saying, which is why I'm saying it's not really. We could put anything, paid family leave, the war in Iran, right? These are very big moving things. They're not just like alpha alphabetizing your cupboards,
Yeah.
right? These aren't simple fixes. It's not like changing your brakes, right? These are generational changes, right? And what I'm saying is that
And are needed.
huh?
And are needed. Go ahead.
That what yeah, they are needed and we should have these things, but these require generational structural changes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what and I'm gonna say us as the left, should understand is that if it moved as fast as we want it, we'd be living in a fascist world.
But I think the left. And
Hold on, wait. I'm just saying before you go there. There's a certain amount of appreciation, even though we do not like the way the system is constructed right now, or the things the system provides for us. We have issues with that. In order for us not to descend into fascism, right?
Yeah.
You have to have appreciation for the republic, the representative republic, for the democracy we do have, right? Because we bark at it on the other side, and we don't know if these ideas that people have. People go, yeah, universal healthcare, but you have to make that work, and you can't just be like, oh, we're going to use London system. Nobody's in London compared to here. We got like so many times their population. We are a giant country that has to figure that out structurally, and yeah, we should have it, but it's supposed to take time. And no, yeah. Do I wish I in my lifetime I see universal health care? Do I expect to see it? Yes. But that's the reason why we have the system the way we have it.
But see,
Not every system, almost every, except for like the places like China. And I love China. Big advocate for China. But you don't want to live under a supreme ruler.
no.
You don't.
And the fact of the matter is, but
And they got free health care.
some has to give in terms of all these taxes that we pay, and nothing goes back to the people that make.
100%. 100%.
That's the situation. Because like you said,
But you got to be okay with a long fight.
and the thing with the left, but see, I think what the left will want to see is us actually having our people in position who are actually now in the fight.
That's generational though. Like
We
that
don't
takes
have-
a long time.
Yeah, the people we have now, but like it's getting better now. We got Caros, we got DAC, we got people getting ready to go to Congress. We got people that going in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That like you said, that generational shift that is taking place. And I think what people want to start seeing, especially on the left, and the left, I won't say the fringe left and the people that believe in abolish prisons and get rid
You
of.
just said abolish the Senate, man. So
Oh, I'm for that. Dude, they don't punch the Senate. You can switch it up, and now I'm not.
No,
Now
I'm just saying you would sound radical. You sound radical to almost everybody else when you say things like that. You can't separate abolishing the Senate from abolishing prisons. They
No,
sound
because-
as radical. That's
because-
all I'm saying. Like they sound as radical.
unless you want to say senators are prisoners and they need to be in prison, I'm just saying don't abolish prisons. But the Senate in itself, like
No, I'm just
the
saying
institution
they
of the
just
Senate,
sound as radical.
but it
No
should.
matter your reason, but it sounds as radical.
It should.
What are you going to replace the Senate with? You're just going to have the House and the presidency?
Like a multi-democracy, you can kind of figure it out. You can figure it out. I'm not saying obviously that's what we have, or we got to do it where it's better, where it actually does the work of the people. Because right now, nothing gets done in the Senate or Congress. They don't do. They have passed the least amount of bills, and they don't do anything.
No,
I
I
mean,
agree.
They don't do.
Maybe we should get people in the Senate that are going to do things,
That's all I'm saying.
but abolish the Senate. I'm just saying that's
And we should get now.
this sounds radical. I don't think it sounds radical. I don't know what you would replace the Senate with, but it's as radical as saying abolish prisons.
I think abolish prisons to me is like that's dangerous. You abolish prisons.
Well, when people say abolish prisons,
You
they
abolish,
don't mean don't lock violent people up. They're saying we need to reimagine how we hold offenders like that, because obviously they need to be separated from society.
I'm thinking more general. Like
No, yeah, I'm just saying when people say abolish prisons, it's not like, hey, if you kill people, just let them walk free. It's that we need to get rid of the prison system.
that's my see. That's my vision. So you
No,
help.
but that's why it sounds radical. You heard it, and it sounds radical. You go out there and tell somebody, oh yeah, I think we should abolish the Senate. They gonna be like, this nigga radical. And that's what I'm saying. They sound the same. You tried to separate it. They sound the same.
The Senate doesn't do anything. People who
Prisons are awful.
but people who pay attention to politics like us understand what is the use of the Senate now. What do they do? Even hell, even Congress. But what's the use of them? They don't do anything. I mean, they legitimately don't do anything. They're supposed to be doing the people's business, and they're just in there all day, usually trying to figure out how much money with donors, trying to collect more money for their next campaign. Like they don't do anything because the way and if you have some actual real bills that you want to pass to do some real help, then they're like, oh no, then well, sorry, filibuster. Even though you may have the majority, hey, sorry, you may have 52 to 47 or whatever we got now, but you need 60 votes to pass anything when they already have the majority. Now, I would say it has been to our benefit now with this fascist regime that we have in, while the filibuster and with John Thune and what they're doing has
But
come
you see,
to a
but you see why people don't want to get rid of the filibuster.
I do see it.
When you think about it, right?
I do see it.
I was listening to something the other day. You go, okay, abolish the Senate. A lot of people, well, there's 80 times more people in California than there is in Wyoming, right? But a senator in California doesn't know what the Wyoming people deal with, right? What the environment deals with or anything like that. And if we were just doing things on majority rule, the people in California would make all the rules for the people in Wyoming, and we don't know if those would be good rules, right? And I say that to say is like when you see that it works in some situations, like the filibusters is protecting us from an actual fascist, right? Then you can't go when the filibuster don't work for you. We got to abolish the filibuster.
Or replace
Because
it.
that means you also want fascism,
Well,
which makes us radical.
see, the filibuster, what they're using now is when they have certain laws they want to pass or certain policy they want to pass, it's just be able it helps the donors. Because it's like, why not pass Medicare for all? Or why not pass a paid family leave? Why not? How about this? Just the minimum wage. And it's still at $7.25. Why not pass? You see these prices. You see this economy. Who the hell can live off $7.25 an hour? Nobody. And even there, you can't even get them. If you put that on the floor, like Bernie has done several times, 60 votes, and you can't find 60 senators that say, "Hey, you know what? I think we need to raise the minimum wage. I think it is too low." And you have 55 or what to 48, whatever the number may be, and it's like, well, sorry, you're still 5 votes short. Yeah. Can't help you. And that's the stuff that's maddening. Like, check this out. Replace the two-party system with a multi-party democracy. Expand the House of Representatives. Implement proportional representation and ranked choice voting in all elections, and abolish the Senate. That is the DSA platform.
Yeah.
And seeing that, because at the end, you think about it, really expand the House. I mean, because senators are like, and then you have 2 to each state. Like, you got 2 senators from Montana. Montana has like 400,000. We talk about this all the time. They got like 400,000 people that live in the whole damn state. Where California has 40 million people, and they get the same representation. And then those 2 senators in Montana can block legislation that will help the 40 million people in California, or the 12 million in whatever in New York, or whatever, however the populations are.
Yeah.
It's like it's built to be an impediment. It's like built to make sure nothing of consequence, of actual real raw beneficial to your life, to make sure it does not happen. Like it's literally when you South Dakota, Idaho, these states that have a bunch of, like, the whole little mix of states that have nobody that lives in them, but they all get 2 senators. And they all get pretty much the same almost representation in Congress. And at the end of the day, I'm sorry. If we're going to be majority rule and the majority of the country needs, we shouldn't say, well, we don't have Medicare.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think I think it's implicitly not set up to be majority rule. I don't think you actually want to live in a country under majority rule. I don't think people want that. Like
What
when you think about it, if you're outside the majority on something, you just get shafted because everybody else is now ignorant to your perspective,
but the crazy
right?
why usually in this era that we're in, most people who are in the minority of stuff like universal health care, paid family leave, or whatever the case may be, they're usually in the minority because they're being propagandized to hell to. And they're thinking that it's going to bring about communism, the Red Scare, and the destruction of our society. So
Yeah.
usually the reason why they vote against those things because they've been told it's going to tear down, it's going to and tear down society, and society is going to unravel if everybody in this country has a right to health care. And they really feel like you see it now what Trump is doing with the DSA. He's not even calling them socialists because he knows Democrat socialism sounds too good. He just going communism. He's going Red Scare.
Yeah.
He's going to a whole nother brink of it because he understands what Democrat socialist kind of doesn't sound. But communism, they're communists. He says it. They're not Democrat socialists. They say Democrat socialism, but they're communists because they want to go Red Scare. And usually the people that vote against these things are people that believe in that. They think that's going to happen. And usually what? Rural areas, white folk, usually poor white folk, that's the majority of the country. They scare them because they want to make them think any type of equality for everybody for some kind of reason is going to equal oppression for them. So usually they vote the way they vote because they're scared shitless by by Fox News, by OAN, by RBN, by One American News. They're just scared shitless. Even News Nation. I mean, it's just amazing to me when you look at it. People usually vote based on them being scared of something from happening, and that's how Republicans say. But then the issue is usually Democrats tend to prove them to be right, or when they get into power, they don't do anything. So then they say, look what they're doing. Well, at least we'll protect you from communism. And they're like, okay, please don't let communism come to our shores. Like the other day, somebody asked AOC, she's like, that's ridiculous. Communism.
Yeah.
Did you see that interview when she was walking around?
Yeah. When they walking down the street on
Yeah,
the Capitol.
it's just ridiculous. The thought that this country would turn communist is the stupidest thing in the world. But the fact of the matter is, when the president of the United States, who has that bully pulpit, and he can go out there and just spew it out, and then you have all the Republican senators because once again, they don't want to challenge the policies punch. If you notice, they never discuss the policies. The policies are too popular. They just got to say communism. No, that's communism. That's radical. What's radical about everybody having health care? But to them, that's radical. To them, having an actual representative democracy, it's radical. But see, what they're afraid of is that if we actually had a representative democracy and no money in politics and a fair, even playing, and you match Republicans would actually have to come up with policies. And now they're incentivized not to. They don't got to come up with no policies. They just got to scare the shit out of you or scare the shit out of enough people to make sure that they can keep their seats. Like even now, with everything that's going on, they still got a shot to maybe even keep the Senate in the House. They still have a shot after all this nonsense.
I mean, that's because the Democrats don't have an actual message.
They don't. And we talked about that last week.
But I want to ask you something. Do you think that if you get all the things we're asking for, right? Right? The 80-20 rules. Do you think that there after we get that there are things that will end up being too far left for you? To where you become the moderate?
That depends on the people who we put in. You're right. That's a good question. Because like you said, at the end of the day, you're still putting in people. When you vote in people and people change, they can have something. They can say one thing, do something different. Something can happen. So at the end of the day, you're right. You're still dealing with people. Um, but in terms of when I talk about my stuff that I want, really it's kind of down to those things. Like everything else can be compromised with. Some stuff is like, look, we can discuss things, but some things to me that I believe that we should have is just Medicare, or I'm sorry, healthcare should be a right.
I think so too.
And,
I'm saying, but do you see a world that you would, let's just say we got all those things
okay.
that we think that we should have,
Mhm.
right? Do you think that it would be possible for that world, once we're there, for a group of people to want something that's too left for you? Or do you think
Uh,
like there's no limit to how far
yeah,
you'll go left?
yeah,
So where you become the moderate.
yeah. I mean, that's you always have that fear of that. I mean, that's what we got with MAGA now. It's so extreme, they're completely to the other side about stuff. So yeah, that can be the case where that's where you have to. That's when I talk about more reforms, like term limits, that's when those things start to come into play. Where you should have term limits, where a congressman should not be able to run. Like Adam Smith, I done looked at Adam Smith, the guy that on Breaking Points. He's been in Congress since like '06. He's like in his 14th term.
In
Something crazy
Congress,
like
yeah.
that, huh?
That's it, in Congress.
Yeah, something crazy like that, and to me, that's when that comes to play. Because what happens is if you got people ideologically, did I say that right?
Yeah, I know. At some point, we get all these rights. People are going to say, well, that should be a right too. And then this argument starts up. And then you would go, I mean, we kind of got all we really need. Then you're the moderate or the conservative in that situation. My point is that at some point, you you will become the conservative or the moderate, right? If you get everything you want right now, right? There's going to be someone that's going to be like, oh, okay, well, that should be a right too. And you're going to be like,
But it depends on what it is.
well, that's what I'm saying. It really does depend on what it is, but that world exists.
I mean, a war of of left extremists? Yeah. I mean, people
Obama was a radical decision for America.
no more defunding. They wanted to fund
We talk about Obama like he's he's a Republican. That's how we talk about him, right?
Yeah.
But that shows you how far the country has moved. You know what I'm saying? Even when we get all the things we want, there'll still be things to fight about.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is why I'm saying,
We're trying to undo those things. That
yeah.
would come in. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, we should be God, I don't remember which Republican said this. I think it was that dude, Peter Meyer, that be on Abby. And I didn't like the point that he made it about, but he was saying there's a certain amount of like ungratefulness that we have, right? And again, our anger is righteous with the system, but it is a system that is working. It is a system that is malleable. It is a system that has produced better results over time. What they say, the moral arc is long, but it usually bends correctly, or whatever they say, that whatever that saying is, right? And again, we all hate incrementalism, where it's like it feels.
Yeah, they do incrementalism when it comes to the people that vote them in.
But
Everything
that's the point. Like
everything else,
it's supposed to be like that,
shoot in.
right?
But,
So we're supposed to. They were called the establishment for a reason.
but
We're supposed to organize and get our representative in. That's what having a country is. At no point will people have to stop doing that. Even if we get the things we want, we get paid family leave, there's gonna be something else to organize about. And I'm saying, like, instead of being so hostile about it, we should be appreciative that we have a system to participate in. Them youngins in China don't get to make decisions.
see, that's the situation that what's happening now, because the reason why we're teetering into fascism because this system doesn't work for everybody, and
Well, we know that.
and Trump came in saying all the issues, saying all the problems, and then saying I alone can fix it. I alone. And then what we do, because the system gets so bad, we try to put in all in one person. And then what happens is that you have somebody that comes in that doesn't care about the people, but he knows the issues, and ultimately he's a fascist in terms of how he wants his government to be ran, or authoritarian.
Well, I mean, technically you are too, though.
Incrementalism has gotten to this point where people are so broke, the wealth inequality is out of control.
But you have a system to fight in, and is what my
Can't
point is. If you're broke in a lot of these other systems, you don't have a system to fight in. You don't get to participate in it.
But guess what?
We
Everybody
get to participate in it.
Everybody in China got a house. They ain't homeless.
Yeah, but there's people in China. A lot of people in China are working 18 hours a day.
18
and not living great lives. Like, there's problems in China,
yeah.
but you can't talk about the supreme leader, right? You don't get to participate in the decisions that are made for the country. So if someone makes a bad decision and they go through famine again, you don't get a say in that shit.
You don't participate in what's going on now for the country.
People participate. 150 million people voted.
Yeah, I mean, they vote.
There's states that are materially better because people are allowed to participate in our country, in our process.
Talking about the voting part. Yeah, you're right. They vote. But see, that's, to me, they vote, but then when they vote and they get into office, nothing ever happens. And people are just like, what are we doing?
We organize, and then we put other people in the office that reject the status quo. If you think that if we get a representative democracy and someone's not going to find a way to exploit it, to hold shit up, to slow shit down, I got a bridge to sell you. Right? If you think whatever your idea is, someone's not going to figure out a way to be like, we're not going to do that. Or we're going to figure out a way to stall this and object and oppose. If you think that's going to happen. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what the fight is for, though. You're supposed to be okay that this is going to last a long time. Right? You shouldn't want power to make major swings, period. Right? Like, to make, like you definitely want to get things done, but when that power gets to the other side, they're going to want to do the same thing, like they're doing now.
My question is, if you pass universal health care, if you pass paid family leave, if you pass, well, they just passed an affordable housing bill, see how that works out. But if you have,
that means they got something done.
If you have more, well, Trump didn't sign it.
It doesn't matter, though. It's in law now.
It's law. Well, yeah, they did. You give them credit. They did get
and that's what I'm saying. Things do get done. Yeah, they don't get done fast enough. And yes, the corporation should not be given paying to play and paying all that other good stuff.
It is
but
quick.
That is what we have.
What is quick? And it's quick for them. They get their tax corporate cuts quick. Us is like, well, no, let's do a commission. Let's get a focus group. Then from there, then give us a report about why in the next 55 years
there are ops.
Healthcare.
There are ops. There are ops. You said we get to choose our opposition. We know there are opposition.
That's why they got to have more in them in there than Republicans. I agree with you on that. Because they're a better opposition than the Republican Party, because they don't give a damn. They'll tell you, look, man, we're here for our donors.
And you can't, you're not going to get that saying abolish the Senate, man. I'm just going to say that right now.
Probably not.
I'm just saying, we need to, as people on the left, I think the primary thing that I'm saying, as people on the left, we have to stop thinking it should move as fast as we want it to.
I think it
because
should.
That is fascism.
I think it should move as fast as it wanted to.
You shouldn't, bro. You should think all these things that we want should be a fight.
It moves fast for them. Tax cuts they wanted, they get it.
You say them, that's like 0.5% of the people. Right? Like I can make shit shake. You got kids. It was easier with one kid than it was with three.
It's easier with one.
Right? There's 300 million of us here. A tax cut for like a couple million people is not like providing health care for 300 million people. And I'm not saying that these people are obstructing that because of something as like
Okay,
logical as what I just explained. There's a lot of nefarious actions and bad people and corruption and all that, right? But what I am saying is that we get to like we don't want it to move that fast because for that many people things can go catastrophically wrong. A tax cut, a bailout for some banks, I'm not saying it's great, but it's easy to do that.
but see that's the issue though. But see they'll use that to keep us stalling where people are hurting.
But our job is to fight for that. There's less people hurting than there was people hurting in the 1850s.
Well, I don't know now, brother.
There is.
60% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck.
Wait. In the 1950s, the black unemployment rate was like 46%, like close to 50%. Right? Like it was high. High.
It had a lot to do with racism and discrimination. And
What is the black unemployment rate right now? 7%. These things move slow. All those people back then, right, are thinking, I ain't even get no money. I ain't got paid. I starved to death. All these things. People were dying, like maternal care. Everything was way worse than it is. And then we come here to where we're at in 2026. No, it's not great. The wealth gap is large. Businesses are corrupting our politics.
yes, money in politics, millions of
But
billions.
life is still materially better than it was before, and that's just proof that it's malleable and it moves forward. And you have to be happy that you got a system to participate in. You know what I'm saying? You go to any country in the world, there's a lot of countries in the world you don't get a system to participate in.
But see, my issue is they use that to make sure then nothing needs to change because the system is great, and that's bullshit.
But that's why we organize and fight. You'll always be organizing and fighting. That's why you vote your people in. That's why you make a podcast telling people the good things about the DSA and addressing the bad things about the Democrats and, hurling slurs at the Republicans because that's all they deserve, right? But that's the purpose of it, right? Like I don't want it to go another 50 years before we get universal health care,
They
right? Huh?
they will love that.
But it's not possible. The people are putting people in the office that want healthcare.
It's cratering now. There's like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a combustibility going on. Like it's like this end stage that we're in.
Yeah.
And
And that's what you have to fight for.
corruption, and like something has got to give. Something, because almost 70% of Americans don't have $400 in their savings account for a rainy day. As he slaps more tariffs on countries, and then they keep saying the country pays the tariff. That is a lie. While gas prices are over $4, while you just spent over $100 billion in counting in this war in Iran.
Yeah.
All this money is going out, and then you're in Congress the other week asking for $68 billion more. You want a $1.5 trillion federal budget. That the reason why that budget is like that because it goes to defense contractors and weapons manufacturers, who very then give a little bit of that money back to politicians to make sure wars and stuff continue to go on. I mean, did you see Lindsey Graham, that tape that leaked from the Wall Street Journal? How much he was just so like excited that we're finally bombing Iran. Like he was legitimately just a war hawk, foaming at the mouth. It's just one of these things is like we have to I I think I lost my train of thought. But the fact of the matter is, we have to get back to with this incrementalism and what we've been so used to getting and having, and our money going everywhere else.
But I don't think people are used to it. I think people are fed up with it. And I think the way things are moving, right,
Yeah.
shows, right? The incumbents are not safe on either side. And yet the other side absolutely has bad ideas. Right?
No ideas.
No, well, I'm talking about the people of how to solve it. Because if you can vote Ken Paxton and you have bad ideas, right?
Ken Paxton. They're like, think about it. Ken Paxton campaign, and we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. They keep calling him James Talafrico and saying that he's transgender. That's legitimately what they're saying on the campaign trail.
He's transgender.
Yes. That's what they're literally saying. And then you have people that be like, yeah, man, I don't want to vote for James Talafrico. The guy's a transgender.
That is crazy. Palestinian is a slur. Calling them transgender is
That's
a
what I'm
slur.
saying. And this is why to go all the way back to Kristen Welker, because that transgender slur started with Stephen Miller calling James Talarico a transgender, and these people are not.
What if he said something funny, man? That's what I want to know.
They're not serious.
What if he said something funny?
What did he say? I mean, he probably had. I don't know what he said.
What if he said something that she genuinely laughed at that?
But it's just the fact of the matter is, these people are creating so much chaos and havoc. Like, they don't even want you to have your job. If they had it their way, they would have you shunned. And if you were to say anything, they would throw you in jail. That's what Stephen Miller wants. They don't want a free press. He doesn't want a free press.
Yeah.
He would love to see his laws enacted where somebody like Kirsten Welker would say something and she would be able to get locked up for it. But and calling people transgendered, like, they have nothing. But
No, they don't. Which is why we don't really get on their case, because we know they don't have anything.
The issue is that they convince millions of people that that's the best way for our country to thrive if we don't have James Talafrico, the transgender, in. Well, then with Ken Paxton is a literal criminal, and for some kind of reason, because he's going to stop the transgender candidate, that's going to make the lives of Texans better. And that's what we're dealing with in this era of politics. And that's why I'm saying, in this era of politics, these people who are pushing that type of nonsense need to be challenged and met at the dome, rhetorically speaking. Every time we get in their presence, ain't no sitting down having dinner.
But they're at a dinner.
Don't care.
They're at a dinner. So we segregate. Go sit with the Democrats. Sit with the Republicans.
I'll sit with the Democrats. I got rid of the B, the M with the B, and I'll sit with the Democrats. And and this is my thing, bro.
I don't think you should make that much of it.
It's just this era, man, that we're in, bro. It's so ridiculous. Ridiculous what they run on, what they speak on, because I follow Fox News. I follow this stuff all day long. And the stuff that comes out of their mouth, it is ridiculous.
You gotta stop. You gotta get off Fox News. It's bad for you, bro.
People vote that way. They vote because of that. You ask them why.
Wait. You think it's because of Fox News, or do you think it's because of who they are?
Propaganda.
I don't think it's just propaganda. I think propaganda works. For sure. I think it works for who it's supposed to work for, though. The people that are predisposed to those kind of thoughts. It's
the fringe. Like you said,
it's who it works for.
Like the independents, they want to keep their base, but they can get enough of a couple independents to think, like when Kamala Harris in the 2024 election, where I think she lost a lot of ways. She lost that election, but one of the ways that Trump did it in his messaging, one of his attack ads, that was actually very effective when the whole transgender thing, I guess, inmates, and he said, Donald Trump.
It was transgender surgery for all transgender inmates.
And it was already
reassignment surgery.
Yeah, it was already federal law. Like she was just saying it was already law, so it was like, yeah, if it's a federal law, okay. But then Trump used it as, well, Kamala Harris is for he and them. Trump is for you. And then for the fact of the matter is, people so even to the point Stephen A. Smith, when you talk to him, that you know, I'm not gonna try to call him a name, but he's ignorant. But in terms of he's very ignorant in politics.
Who?
Stephen A. Smith, very ignorant. And
Yeah.
it came out and said, talking about Kamala Harris, if she would have focused on the issues instead of focusing on transgender people, it's like there was not one time she mentioned anything about transgender people. But so many people have that same.
You think Stephen A. Smith is propagandized, or do you think Stephen A. Smith is predisposed to thinking that she shouldn't have won president? She shouldn't have been elected president, so he'll just foment anything that supports that idea. Which one do you think it is? Because I think Stephen A. Smith is an educated man and can go find the answer, right? I don't think Stephen A. Smith, right, is looking at Fox News and then thinks, yeah, that's the final thing. I think Stephen A. Smith thinks that because Stephen A. Smith wants to think that.
And he's
I don't
also.
think it's just propaganda. I'm saying that those people, like, we feed into the whole, oh yeah, this system is set up to, but those are for people that are actually like engaging in it. There's a lot of people that just they hear it, and because of what they're already thinking, they're like, yeah, it's true. I don't need to go look at anything else.
And the thing is,
They weren't. You're not going to convince those people anyway.
it's about the normie. Because see, the thing is, it's really about pulling in voters. Because most people don't pay attention to none of this shit until election year, and they really start looking at the issues or whatever the case may be. And it goes back to what you've always said in terms of Democrats never having good messaging enough, effective enough to not believe that she's running on transgendered issues. And Stephen A. Smith to come out and just say that, like, dude, like, give me a time where she ran on that. And he says it so confidently. And it's like, what does she even run on that? But the right wing and their message echo chamber is so powerful. And the way it just moves and the way it moves, man, you ask different people why Kamala Harris lost the election, they'll tell you the craziest shit. And it's like, that's not at all why she lost. She didn't say that at all. But like you said, the propaganda or then if that's just who they are, then I guess that's an expose too.
Yeah,
On
I think there's a lot of that going on too. Like,
that may be the case. Because at the end of the day, Stephen A. Smith, and then the whole thing now, what they're trying to do with socialism, it's democratic socialism that we're talking about. They just want to call socialism and say, name me a place in this world, in this country, where socialism worked. Well, the fact of the matter is, we're talking about private business and a partnership with the public sector with that. We're not talking about eradicating capitalism.
uh,
But the fact of the matter is, we don't have capitalism now. We have crony capitalism. What we have, and the very definition of crony capitalism is it's called a partnership between politicians and corporations, and based on give and take, how our policies are developed. And right now in this country, our policies are developed by corporations with people that don't have only intentions that they have in mind is how much money they can make off the people, not about how can we make it. Like Walmart, perfect example. Walmart made $6 billion, $650 billion in profits. 25% of their profits come from SNAP recipients. And most of those people work for Walmart. But Walmart has it where they can pay you low shit wages, and then you just go to the government and get SNAP, and then they go back to Walmart and pay that for groceries, and Walmart makes the money. I mean, it's insane. It's insane.
and guess what? You get to fight it.
All right, we're done.
Let's say if you didn't if there was no fighting it, we wouldn't have a podcast, man. If you didn't get to, you would just have to wake up and go to work.
You get to fight it. I guess one day I hope that with all this fighting, we can finally achieve. We'll see.
Yeah, you'll find something else to fight for.
This timeline, I hate this timeline so much.
It's better than all the other timelines.
That is true.
You
I'm,
didn't want to live in the world before you, bro.
I almost feel like
it sucked.
I feel like ignorance is just winning now. That's why I think stupidity is winning out. Like you just have that feel right now that stupidity is winning out. And
How do you think the people that were trying to abolish slavery felt?
yeah, I can imagine.
That shit took hundreds of years.
And now they want to say that wasn't true. They want to put an executive order, Trump, to put in front of these Smithsonian museums that when you walk in here, this probably is not an accurate interpretation. Like, are you kidding? Like they want to act like that didn't even exist. Yes, the executive order. Look it up.
That's crazy.
Yes, they want to put an executive order in that's going to put a sign up before you walk in to basically say some of this stuff is not an accurate portrayal.
The collective memory of the nation is putting out false pieces.
Yeah, it's false pieces. And basically, basically what they're saying is they just want the white man's perspective in history. That's it. Which is really for a white man in history, history's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Though not even white women, but to the white male, history's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Like Larry David would say, pretty good. And that's what they want. And like you said, though, that's why we get to fight it.
Yeah. And people need to remember when the talking stops, the killing starts. So you just want to keep talking.
One time when some of the shooting starts, he said something I can't remember.
Hey, I don't know, but like people, that's why we should be not only appreciative, but like looking forward to being a part of that fight. Like if you want to be a part of the fight and get things better, you shouldn't be like, it needs to change now. Yeah, everybody knows that. But you gotta fight for it. Because there's a lot of people that are like, nah, it's cool. And we know that's their right. You know? You still gotta work with these people.
I'm not a fascist, am I?
Yes. And if we can have it our way, most of us would be. We're like, our ideas are good. But guess what the fascists said before they came fascists? My ideas are good.
Well, our ideas are good.
I know.
But see, not work with this
there
side.
should be this collective
But
okayness
with
all of it that we have to deal with.
But not with this Republican Party in this iteration.
You gotta get rid of them. We gotta figure out ways to destroy the Republican Party.
That's what we need. You can't do nothing with this iteration of the Republican Party.
There's gonna be another party though. There's always been a party. Always. At one point, it was the Southern the Dixie Democrats.
Yeah.
Right. At one point, there's always going to be an opposition. I'm just saying, it's no matter what you institute, someone's going to figure out a way to stall it, slow it down, obstruct it, and try to get what they want out of it. It's always going to be a fight, no matter how well you put the system together. The people that put the system together thought they were geniuses. But it also got us everything that we live in, that we have right now. All the technology, all the industry, all of the freedom, all of the good and bad cities we live in, the life expectancy, everything. They got us all the good and bad things. But materially, from where we used to be to where we are now, New Yorkers are living in the safest city in the history of New York. And look, we're still screaming from the top of our lungs of shit that we want. There has to be an okayness with it all not happening right now because nothing has ever happened like that. And there's a lot of us.
I know what we try to do here at Correctly Mistaken, man. We try to get people back to critical thinking. and caring for the other. So until next time, man. Appreciate y'all. The numbers look fantastic too, by the way, on the downloads. Fantastic. I mean, people are really showing support. We definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. Big ups.
Getting it.
Pop it up for him.
Hey, matter of fact, do I got some applause thing on here? Do I have? Let me see. Hold on. I gotta find it. I think I got it somewhere on here. See if anybody can hear it. And now it's a disaster. Here it is. Can you hear that?
Nah.
One day-
You're workshopping it.
One day we're having,
Workshopping it.
and this is only the beginning, man. This is only the beginning. We're gonna have a chat one day going live. It's gonna be a whole thing. And we're looking forward to it, man. So for my man, my partner, that man Punch, I'm your boy Osei. It's the Correctly Mistaken Podcast. Y'all have an incredible week. See y'all next time. Y'all be blessed. Peace.